And so talk to us a little bit today about what inner work means to you and why it's so important.
Yeah, John, work, until a couple of years ago, I used to just live life, day by day, just doing what my mom taught me, like, um, what's his name? Robert Kiyosaki says,
Mhm.
we're trained to go to school, um, go to college, get a job, and die, pretty much, right? And that's what I did. That's what I did until a couple of years ago when I started my journey to inner mastery, was when I figured out that there was something more to life. As a real estate broker, even, I worked a lot of long hours. And I remember the day I had just finished driving like 300 miles that day, 300 miles. And I came home and I put my hand in my head in my hand, and I said, there has to be something more to life than this, right? And that was I believe that was the trigger for me to start looking deeper,
Mhm.
because I've always blamed everything on the outside of me. I've never really looked at me, right?
Right.
And that started my journey. So then I started to do a lot of my mentor then that I signed up to. She started teaching me how to look within, and it's not just looking within, from a woo-woo standpoint.
Mhm.
It's going all the way back to historical wounds that we have internalized, that we haven't dealt with, that, is affecting our life, even how we live today. During this journey, I learned about how a 2-year-old was running my life. And guess who the 2-year-old was? Me. Go
Mm.
figure. So, inner work is really, really the willingness to take a look at you. Look in the mirror. That's another thing too. A lot of people, we look in the mirror to fix our hair, we look in the mirror to fix our clothes, but we don't really look in our eyes to see ourselves.
Mm.
Um, I was talking to my grandson this weekend, and I said to him, have you, when you look in the mirror, do you see yourself? And he said, what do you mean, Lolly? And I'm like, well, you can't see yourself if you're just standing here looking at me, right? So you got to look at yourself deeply in your eyes when you look in the mirror. So with all this journey that I'm doing on learning how to find the inner me, I'm trying to teach that to my grandson as well, because I think it's such an important part of life that we forget. Not that we don't know how, but we do forget. And we get to get that back. And my mission is to get people back to themselves.
And what a great thing to learn that kind of lesson at a younger age, right?
Yeah,
For your
yeah,
grandson.
yeah.
Absolutely. We talk